Aquarius, have you ever felt like your quiet heart, your steady devotion has gone unseen for far too long? Like every choice you made, every act of care you offered without applause was floating in the air waiting for something to notice. What if I told you that someone powerful, someone whose presence carries weight is moving toward you now? Not because you asked, not because you chased, but because your energy, your quiet integrity has been calling, and finally, it's being answered. If this resonates with you, leave a comment below and let the universe know you're ready. And stay close, because what's coming next will feel like the first breath of a new life. You've been quietly preparing for a story you've been waiting to step into. Have you ever noticed how the quietest moments sometimes carry the loudest echoes? In the stillness of your own life, Aquarius, there have been days when you felt the weight of being unseen. Giving your energy, your care, your truth, and never hearing it acknowledged, as if the world was moving on while you lingered in the shadows. But in those shadows, there is a kind of illumination that only you can carry. A light that grows not from applause or recognition, but from the persistence of your own heart, beating steady, unwavering. I want you to feel that for a moment, the pulse of your own devotion, the rhythm of your steadfastness. Imagine it as a gentle river, flowing under the surface of a calm lake, unseen yet shaping everything around it. Each choice you made quietly, each moment you chose patience over reaction, honesty over convenience, compassion over indifference, has been gathering here, beneath the fabric of your life. And though it felt small, though it felt like no one noticed, it was never wasted. Not 1 second of your quiet strength has disappeared. Not one act of your integrity has gone unheard. Do you remember the times you held your tongue when you could have spoken? The moments you stayed when leaving would have been easier? The instances you gave without expecting in return? That is not weakness. That is the gravity of a soul that moves differently, one that resonates on frequencies the world often misses. Aquarius, your devotion has weight, and the universe has been taking careful note. Every silent gesture, every choice to remain gentle in a world that sometimes rewards noise over truth, has been like planting seeds in soil you could not yet see. Seeds that were waiting for the right season to sprout. And now, Aquarius, there is a subtle shift. Can you feel it beneath your skin? The tingling sense that someone or something is being drawn toward the energy you've cultivated for yourself. It may be unfamiliar at first, almost imperceptible, but it carries the promise of recognition. A presence moving closer not because you reached out, but because your quiet integrity has summoned it, like a melody that eventually finds its way to the ears attuned to it. It is not loud, not dramatic, but it is deliberate, like the universe leaning in to finally acknowledge what you have always known in your bones. Take a breath and notice it. Feel how it aligns with the deepest parts of who you are, the aspects you never needed to show to anyone. And in that alignment, there is a gentle reassurance that the life you've been building in silence has not been for nothing. Perhaps you've wondered whether your efforts matter, whether the kindness you carry through your days has any effect beyond yourself. Aquarius, this is your quiet proof. The resonance you generate reaches farther than you can see, shaping the world in subtle but profound ways. Have you felt it? That subtle hum beneath the surface of ordinary life, suggesting that the next chapter is closer than you think. It's a whisper, not a roar, a soft invitation to trust that the path unfolding for you is rooted in every act of courage you have taken in quiet spaces. And as you sit with that hum, let yourself ask, what might it feel like to finally step into recognition that does not demand applause, to allow yourself to be seen by the energy that truly matters? Because Aquarius, even here in the stillness, your devotion has already shifted the current. And the more you attune to it, the more it calls forward what has been waiting quietly, patiently, just for you. Every act of kindness you thought vanished, Aquarius has been quietly gathering weight. Even the moments when no one thanked you, when your efforts seemed to dissolve into the noise of the day, they have not gone unnoticed. The universe has a way of holding on to what is real. Every word you softened, every truth you delivered with care, every silent choice to lift someone else while keeping your own balance intact, it has all been shaping a path invisible to the eye, but palpable to the soul. You may have felt, as many do after 35, that your giving doesn't matter, that the world keeps moving while you remain tethered to unseen threads. But what if those threads are exactly what is guiding you now? What if the patience, the restraint, the integrity that felt unnoticed has been creating a current strong enough to carry change into your life? You have been building a bridge in quiet ways, not for recognition, not for applause, but because your heart understood something your mind could not yet see. Imagine the energy of your actions like a soft wind, passing over a vast plain, leaving traces in the soil. Invisible at first, almost imperceptible, yet over time, it shifts the landscape. That is what you have been doing. Quietly, patiently, persistently. Every small act of honesty, generosity, or empathy is a seed of alignment. It will bloom not because anyone promised it would, but because it was born from your own truth, your own unwavering presence. There are days, I know, when it feels like you are standing alone on the shore, watching the tides of life move without acknowledgement of your efforts. You wonder if the stillness of your giving is wasted. Yet, Aquarius, that very stillness has been your power. You have been creating resonance that no rush, no noise, no immediate reward could ever mimic. It is subtle, but it is monumental. It carries the ability to attract not just circumstances, but people whose hearts are attuned to yours. People who will recognize the value of your constancy, the depth of your discernment, and the richness of your quiet devotion. Do you feel it yet? The gentle stir, like a whisper brushing your senses, suggesting that what you planted in silence is about to take form in ways both surprising and tender. The unseen foundation you've been constructing is solid, ready to support the weight of new possibilities. And it is in that unseen, in the patient weaving of your choices, that true change gathers strength. You are not required to speak, to boast, to prove anything. You only need to continue your rhythm. In this rhythm, Aquarius, lies the power to move mountains subtly, to call in what aligns with your soul, and to receive the fruits of a lifetime of quiet integrity. Every act of care, even one unnoticed by your peers, is now a signal of frequency opening doors that have long been waiting for the right heart to arrive. And I wonder, Aquarius, if for just a moment, you let yourself feel the gravity of this invisible work, would you finally trust that the life circling toward you has been anticipating your presence all along? Someone influential is moving toward your world, Aquarius, and it's not random. Not the kind of influence measured in titles, bank accounts, or applause, but something far subtler: energy that can lift, opportunities that resonate, and presence that carries weight without needing to announce itself. It might appear in the hum of your morning coffee shop, a name in an email that suddenly feels different, or a glance in the library that lingers just long enough to leave a spark. And yet, what seems coincidental is the unfolding of a quiet current set in motion by the truth of your own existence. You see, Aquarius, influence is drawn to integrity. It moves toward patience, toward the energy that doesn't demand attention but radiates from steadfast kindness. It leans into the soul that has walked through life offering honesty where falsehood would have been easier, generosity where withholding was safe, empathy when withdrawal would have protected you. Every quiet, deliberate step you've taken has been like arranging invisible magnets, pulling possibilities toward you before you even knew they were arriving. Can you picture it? The subtle gravity of your energy bending space around you, guiding this presence, this opportunity, to intersect with yours. Perhaps a stranger offers a smile that feels unusually meaningful. Maybe a project lands in your inbox at exactly the right moment, or a casual conversation opens a door that seemed invisible yesterday. You might dismiss it as chance, but the truth whispers otherwise. It is the weight of your devotion, the persistence of your quiet integrity, calling this influence into your orbit. Think of it as the universe responding in the language it knows best. Not with fireworks or spectacle, but with a precise, delicate touch. The energy you've invested in honesty, in patience, in subtle generosity, has been forming a path that only the attuned can follow. And now, someone, something, is following it. Aquarius, the world is beginning to reflect back the gravity you carry within. Pause for a moment and feel it, the gentle pull beneath your skin. The awareness that something is arriving because of the person you have quietly chosen to be. And with that, consider this: how would it feel to truly allow yourself to receive influence, opportunity, or support that is drawn not by chance, but by the vibration of your own integrity? This is not about proving yourself or earning validation. It is about recognizing that the life you have shaped through steadfast care and quiet action is now attracting resonance beyond what you imagined. The influence approaching is a mirror, reflecting back the strength, trustworthiness, and heart that have long been your signature. And as you notice it, Aquarius, I wonder what might change if you finally allowed yourself to step into the space this presence has prepared for you, to move with it rather than resist, to meet the world not as a bystander, but as someone whose quiet gravity shapes what is drawn near. This shift isn't luck, Aquarius. Not a flicker of chance, not a random alignment of circumstances. What is arriving now is recognition of every quiet choice you made, every boundary you respected, every moment you held on to integrity while the world rushed past, seeking the easier path. There's a rhythm to life that listens more carefully than most realize, a subtle current that responds to the energy you consistently emit. and it has been listening to you all along. Think of the life you've built quietly, brick by brick, through the diligence of being true to yourself. Every time you offered kindness without expectation, every time you stayed honest when deception whispered its temptations, every instance you protected your values while the world tested your resolve, these were not small acts. They were the architecture of something far greater than recognition can measure. It is no wonder, then, that what now touches your life feels profound. It is not luck, it is a reflection, a precise echo of the resonance you have cultivated. You may notice that this recognition does not arrive as spectacle. It doesn't roar. It doesn't demand attention. Instead, it arrives in whispers, a conversation that shifts the weight of your day, an opportunity that opens a door you had forgotten existed, an energy that seems to orbit your presence with ease, as if drawn by the gravity of who you've been quietly becoming. It is subtle, but it is monumental. It carries the weight of alignment, the tangible sensation of the universe nodding toward the truth of your path. Have you felt that, Aquarius? That moment when the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and you realize that the foundation you've laid in silence is now lifting you towards something unmistakably yours. The difference between luck and this is clarity. Luck stumbles upon you. Recognition calls you forward. It sees the years of constancy, the courage and patience, the power in restraint, and it responds with a precision that chance could never replicate. Consider the people, the energy, the opportunities moving toward you now. They are not random. They are aligned to the vibrations you have consistently offered, even when the world failed to mirror them. This is the universe answering back, not in grand gestures of coincidence, but in quiet confirmations that the life you have shaped with conscious devotion is worthy of being met, acknowledged, and supported. And in that stillness, Aquarius, a question lingers: if the universe has been orchestrating these moments in perfect time, what might you create next, knowing that your consistent integrity is the magnet that draws the life you are meant to inhabit? Every subtle act, every patient choice, every moment of standing in your truth, it has been preparing you. Not for luck, not for happenstance, but for the precise reflection of a life aligned with the constancy and depth of your spirit. And when you feel it, can you allow yourself to receive it fully, knowing that nothing has been wasted, and everything has led to this exact moment? Before this arrival, Aquarius, there's a quiet preparation you can do, one that asks nothing of you but gentle awareness. Imagine your home as a mirror of your inner world. The corners you've ignored, the drawers you've left untouched, the emails piling quietly in your inbox, they all carry a weight, a subtle tension that mirrors the energy you carry in your day. Start softly. Move one object at a time. Open a drawer. Let sunlight touch surfaces that have been hidden. Breathe in the act of creating space. You are telling the universe without a word that you are ready. And as your surroundings shift, so too does your inner landscape. Take 10 minutes each day, just 10 to write. Not a plan, not a to-do list, but a letting go. What lingers from old roles? What feelings have you been carrying out of obligation or habit? Let them surface on the page quietly, without judgment. Let the pen simply record the weight you are choosing to release. There is a profound freedom in this act, Aquarius, in the simple declaration that your energy is yours to steward, and you are making it fertile for what is about to bloom. Pay attention, too, to the vessel that carries you through this life. Your body is not separate from this preparation, it is the anchor. Drink deeply, let the water remind you of the flow within. Move gently, whether walking through a familiar neighborhood or stretching in the quiet of your room. Sleep without apology. Allow the nervous system to soften, for the whispers of insight and intuition often rise from the spaces we grant them. And for someone who has lived decades observing and contributing quietly, the material world holds its own invitation. Organize the accounts, the retirement files, the loose papers that drift in your life like forgotten stars. The alignment of your external order calls to the alignment of your internal energy. When the inner and outer spaces speak the same language, the universe answers with clarity. Have you noticed, Aquarius, that when your life is ordered in subtle harmony, the opportunities that arrive feel almost magnetic, drawn not by chance, but by the resonance you've cultivated? That is what preparation does. It signals readiness without fanfare. It sets the stage for what is coming to settle naturally into your orbit. This is not labor. It is devotion in motion, a sacred dialogue between your attention and the universe. And when you feel the quiet shifting in your space, the soft hum beneath the surface of your day, pause and recognize it. It is your signal, your cue to trust that everything you are releasing, arranging, and tending to is making room for what belongs to you now, room for the unseen hand that has been circling close, waiting for your readiness. Aquarius, have you ever noticed the quiet hum of your own energy? That subtle pulse that continues even when the world seems unaware of your efforts. It's more than presence, it's frequency. Each act of kindness, every moment you chose integrity over convenience, every pause to listen rather than speak, these are the brushstrokes painting a resonance only you could produce. And now, that resonance is no longer invisible. It vibrates in ways you can feel, even if no one says a word. Imagine walking through your day, and the air itself seems to recognize you. Doors that once felt closed now tilt slightly ajar. Conversations begin with a familiar warmth, as if the universe itself has leaned closer to witness you. It's not luck, Aquarius. It is the echo of your devotion, traveling farther than the eye can see. The energy you have nurtured quietly, over years of thoughtful choices and unseen care, is drawing toward you the people and the moments that belong exactly where you are. This is the kind of power that cannot be forced. It does not demand. It waits like a river under the ice, patient but unstoppable. And those who are attuned to it, those who have aligned themselves with their own clarity, with their own light, feel it immediately. A glance, a gesture, a casual hello, and suddenly the right person, the right opportunity is unmistakable. Your frequency becomes a beacon, Aquarius, signaling not just who you are, but the possibilities that have been quietly orbiting you, waiting for recognition. Now, pause for a moment. Can you feel it? That subtle lift in the chest, the warmth in your hands, the way your heart whispers, "This is for you." These are the markers of your own alignment, reminders that what you've cultivated inside resonates outward, magnetizing connection, insight, and growth. It is a reflection of the self-assurance you've built, layer by layer, day by day. Consider this: each person you meet from this moment forward may carry a reflection of that frequency back to you. Opportunities appear not because they were waiting randomly, but because your energy has shaped the path to meet them. There is a profound confidence in this realization, a quiet knowing that the life unfolding around you is responding directly to your own truth. And as you move forward, notice the subtle guidance nudging you toward people and choices that honor your history, your commitment, your quiet devotion. Who will step into your life now, drawn by the unseen light you've been tending all along? That question alone, Aquarius, carries both wonder and the thrill of readiness, inviting you to recognize the magnetic force that is uniquely yours. Have you ever felt a tremble in your chest, a sudden flutter that makes you pause mid-step, mid-thought, mid-breath? That's your spirit remembering its own strength, quietly asserting itself after all the silent patience you've offered the world. It's subtle, almost imperceptible, yet undeniable, like sunlight breaking through a cloudy morning, warming the spaces you didn't know were waiting for light. There's a curious kind of electricity in this moment, an awareness that what's coming isn't just coincidence. It might be a glance across the room, brief but loaded with meaning. Or a voice soft, unexpected, that lands on your heart like it's always known you. Perhaps it's a message in your inbox, seemingly ordinary, yet carrying the weight of doors you didn't even know were closing and opening. These moments, fleeting as they may feel, are the echo of every careful choice, every act of quiet integrity, every kindness you offered without expectation. And in that tremble, there's a recognition of yourself. You haven't always allowed your resilience, your capacity to nurture without losing your own center, your quiet courage. You might feel startled by the intensity of it, or even a little vulnerable, because this is unfamiliar territory. To feel seen, to feel the pull of energy that aligns so perfectly with the soul you've been refining for years. Notice how your chest expands just slightly, the subtle opening of space inside you that allows possibility to enter. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat echoing a soft yes, yes to your worth, yes to the alignment you've fostered, yes to the opportunities that know your name even before you speak it. And yet, there is a stillness beneath it, a deep, anchoring calm that reminds you, this is not about rushing. It's about presence. It's about meeting each stir of excitement, each quickened breath, with a grounded awareness that the universe is responding in kind to the energy you've carried so faithfully. Ask yourself, quietly, how might you honor this tremor, this gentle shiver of recognition, in a way that strengthens the bridge between who you've been and who is moving towards you? Could you let it guide your next step without overthinking, without fear, letting intuition and heart converse naturally? It is in these small, electric moments, the look, the word, the invitation barely noticed by anyone else, that your devotion, your constancy, finally becomes tangible. You feel it ripple through you, a warmth that is both familiar and astonishing, reminding you that life has been gathering this precise alignment for you all along. And as you breathe into this tremble, consider this: what other subtle currents are moving in your favor, quietly orchestrated by the constellations, waiting for you to notice and meet them. Are you ready to receive what has been quietly awaiting you? That subtle alignment, the gentle unfolding that you might not have even noticed, it's been gestating in the spaces you've kept sacred, in the energy you've tended with care. And now, it asks only for your awareness, your willingness to step forward with grace and trust. There is a whisper in the air, a soft urging that nudges you toward presence, toward noticing the small openings in your day, the tiny moments of serendipity that feel too perfectly timed to be chance. Perhaps it's the way light falls on your desk in the morning, or a song that seems to echo exactly what you needed to hear. These are not accidents. They are gentle invitations, sent by the universe, acknowledging the constancy of your heart, the quiet dedication that has woven its own gravity around you. And it is here, in this space, that empowerment begins, not as a loud proclamation, but as a calm, steady knowing. You have cultivated this current of possibility, and now it can carry you forward. Notice the trembling ease in your shoulders, the soft inhale that opens your chest, the subtle smile that rises without your asking. These are signs that the alignment is present, that the energy you've released into the world has found its echo, ready to return as opportunity, insight, and connection. What might happen if you consciously welcomed it? Even a small gesture can deepen this reception, a candle lit with intention, a moment to journal the affirmations your soul needs to hear, a quiet listing of 3 things you are ready to release. Each act becomes a bridge, a gentle ceremony that tells the cosmos and yourself that you are ready to step fully into what you have created. And yet, it's not just about what arrives. It's about honoring the inner landscape that allowed it to manifest, the patience that kept you steady, the courage that let you remain authentic, the kindness that never sought applause. There is a lightness here now, not the frantic rush of luck or the fleeting sparkle of recognition, but a grounded, luminous certainty that your life is responding to the energy you have nurtured. Consider this, Aquarius, as you prepare this space, both around you and within. What is it that you truly wish to invite in? Which energies, which connections, which possibilities? Let your imagination move freely, without judgment, letting the frequency you've built resonate into the corners of your life that have been waiting for clarity, for affirmation, for the quiet unfolding of what is rightfully yours. And as you breathe into this moment, let it be soft, let it be still, let it be a sacred acknowledgement that the cosmos has heard, and that the next steps, though subtle, are deeply aligned with the soul you've tended for so long. What small act today will you allow to open the door just a little wider? What gentle signal will you send that says, I am ready, I am present, I am worthy? Because Aquarius, this is your moment, the culmination of all the quiet devotion, all the consistent courage, all the light you have shone, now circling back to lift you higher, deeper, further than you've yet dared to imagine. Take a deep breath, Aquarius, let it fill your chest, let it settle into the quiet spaces that have been patiently waiting for this moment. You've carried so much care, so much devotion, often unseen, yet entirely real. And now the universe is answering. It's not loud, it doesn't rush. It simply arrives, like sunlight slipping through the curtains, like a hand gently resting on your shoulder, reminding you that you are recognized, you are valued, and above all, you are ready. Notice the gentle energy around you, the subtle shift that whispers, this is your time. And as it whispers, feel the pulse of your own power, the same power that quietly built bridges, that offered kindness without expectation, that held true to your heart. Can you feel it vibrating within you? That's your frequency calling to others who belong in your orbit, calling opportunities that align with your soul, calling the next chapter you may have only dreamed about. And now, what if you let yourself receive it fully? Even the smallest gestures, writing a thought that honors your journey, lighting a candle for clarity, sharing this moment with someone who needs to hear it, become sparks that light the path forward. Comment below, share your intention, trust the quiet wisdom that brought you here. You are not alone. There is a community of kindred spirits listening, waiting, believing, celebrating you, just as you are. And remember, Aquarius, this is never the end. The journey continues, weaving new surprises, new awakenings, new light into your story. So hold this feeling close. Let it remind you that the love, the care, the authenticity you've shown has already changed the energy around you, and it will continue to ripple outward in ways you cannot yet imagine. Take it with you, step into Yo.